Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Thank God. Oh, because, thank God he threatened us.
Yeah. Why do you think thank God?
Because if he didn't threaten us, then it would become much easier for us to say no. Now, if I tell you,
but as Jews trying to fulfill God's will, like,
right?
we wouldn't have said no.
Why not?
Because we're there for the reason of God, for God's like.
But we violated it. We violated it 40 days later by worshiping an idol.
Exactly.
We violated a day later by complaining about the man. We violated a day later by complaining about the meat. We violated a day later about not being in Egypt.
They know better that Moshe Rabbeinu was coming back.
They made a mistake.
Yeah.
But as far as mistakes, we're all prone to mistakes. Hashem did not. We say thank God that He put the mountain on us.
God's mistake as well.
No, Hashem doesn't make mistakes.
Oh, because,
So we say thank God that He put the mountain on top of us, because that means that He did not allow us to make the mistake without knowing the consequences. Many times that we make a mistake, like sinning, we violate Shabbat, or we go with a non-Jewish woman or a non-Jewish man, or we eat taref. Most of the time that people sin, they sin without necessarily knowing the consequences. They sin. Sometimes they know you're not allowed to do this, but they don't necessarily know the consequences. So we say, thank God that Hashem put the mountain on top of us, because then we knew the consequences, which made the decision easier for us.
He basically showed us the path.
That's what's going to happen. If you do this, will be a path. If you do this, this will be a path. Which means, if, let's say, for example, we leave today, and all of a sudden, we see all the traffic laws are abolished. All the traffic signs are gone. All the speed limits are gone. So, we're going to start driving and no control, we'll do whatever we want. Whatever happens, happens. On the other hand, what if, all of a sudden, while we're driving fast, we're having a blast, 150 miles an hour, testing out the new thing. All of a sudden, sign pops up. Next guy that goes over 60 miles per hour, death penalty. No, not whoa, death penalty. We're going to kill him. Guess what? You're stopping on the spot. Why? You don't want to mess with it. Death penalty, I'm not going to mess with this.
That's what happens anyways nowadays.
Point being is, yeah, unfortunately. Point being is that when you know the consequence, you're much more likely to make the right decision. So Hashem allows us to make the wrong decision many, many times in all of our life, but in this particular case, He made the consequence as obvious as can be. Whereas most times we have to learn in order to find out the consequence. Where in this case, He showed us the consequence right in front of us. So that's why we say thank God, because we were prone to make a mistake. We were prone to say, you know what? Yeah, thank you for letting us out of Egypt, and thank you for feeding us man, but you know what? We don't really feel like having this Torah. Like, we don't want to do it. There's definitely going to be a few guys that didn't want to feel like doing it. There's definitely a few guys that didn't feel like doing it. So when they knew that there's a mountain on top of them, we say thank God. Why? Because those few guys made the right choice. In essence. But that's also for the sake of saving creation and saving the other billion of people that lived in the world.
It was basically a way to show the Jews and also to save us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.